educating episode of the program Agric Economy on ARSN Television, Mabushi, Abuja, Nigeria. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin Amin. As you know what we do on the program, we bring to you economic relations to everything that has to do with agriculture, be it in policy, and as long as it translates to the economy, we bring it to you here in deep analysis. And guess what? We have one of the best economists who discuss with us on the program. Today, we shall be taking a look at the impact of insurance on agricultural development. And before we go into that topic, we'll quickly take a break where we'll take a report on the said topic. Stay tuned.
Agricultural insurance plays a critical role in mitigating risks and providing financial stability to farmers and traders in Nigeria by offering protection against crop failure, livestock losses, asset damages, and market risks. Insurance helps to ensure the sustainability and resilience of agricultural sector. Finding of a study on the long run reveal a positive effect of life and non-life assurance penetration on growth of the economy in the long run. However, among the two insurance variables, life insurance penetration was the significant determinant of economic growth. Insurance keeps assets and life under guarantee. Insurance plays a great role both in developed and developing countries' economy. Insurance provides safety and security. Insurance also provides financial support and decrease danger in economic and social life. Stabilizing the economy during crisis by this, it provides a safety net, mitigating losses in economic downturn and inflammatory period. When consumer lost buying power, insurance prevents widespread social inequality by preventing further losses in assets. Insurance can also be an important tool to help manage the risks of micro, small, and medium enterprises. It is important to also recognize the productivity roles of insurance, either by unlocking access to other services such as credit or by giving entrepreneurs the peace of mind to take additional business risks.
Welcome back. Like I said earlier, the topic for this episode is the impact of insurance to agricultural development, and to discuss this with me is our own guest and economist, Mr. Gabriel Idakolo. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
We know that some farmers, especially smallholder farmers, will be wondering why insurance. The report we just listened to just now is going to, clear their doubts as regards the correlation between insurance and agriculture. Like, why I've not finished insuring my shop, I've not finished insuring myself. Why the need for insuring my farm? Tell us.
Insurance is very critical when it comes to agricultural products. We all know that due to natural factors and other man-made factors that could hinder produce, that could hinder productivity in the agricultural sector, there must be a stopgap or a form of protection for the farmer in the essence that crops are lost due to natural factors or other man-made factors. And that's where agricultural insurance come into play. One very important thing that we need to know is that without insurance, agriculture will not be able to thrive or be able to develop. And we can trace the development of agriculture in Nigeria to the evolution of agricultural insurance in Nigeria. In the past years, maybe 20, 30 years ago, the development of insurance as a form of safeguard or protection for agricultural produce has not been so strong, and it has really affected farmers' ability to assess funds or other funds from other sectors like the financial sector and other grants. And also it has also made losses of farmers due to natural disaster or man-made disaster to be permanent, which is not supposed to be so. And it has also made some farmers not to continue in farming because of losses that was not recovered over time. So it is now that agricultural insurance is improving, and the government is paying serious attention to Agric insurance by ensuring that the Nigerian Agric Insurance Bank Corporation is adequately equipped, and the Bank of Agriculture is also adequately capitalized to intervene. And that is why we are seeing more improvement when it comes to agricultural practice in Nigeria in the past 10 to 15 years. In the past, this has not been so, because the development of Agric insurance or intervention of insurance in agriculture in Nigeria has not been as forthcoming as it should be. But things are changing now.
Okay, when we talk of agricultural insurance, people just feel like maybe for those people who have should I say the artificial farming or more modern farm,
yes,
like the fish farmers and the rest of it.
Yeah.
Does this insurance is it applicable to small holder farmers?
Yes, it is applicable to every form of farming practice that you undertake in the country, and that is why the premium that is being paid on specific insurance for agriculture is based on the capacity of each applicant. And so smallholder farmers might want to insure their products, just like we said, their produce against man-made disasters or natural disasters as it may. And also it might want to assess the banking sector for funds, probably for expansion. And banks now are very, very keen on ensuring that the produce is secured through the insurance, the Agric insurance. So whether smallholder farmers, commercial farmers, or any form of farming, each and every one of these segments needs agricultural insurance. Very, very important.
Of what impact is the insurance?
Okay.
Looking at the importance.
Yes, the Agric insurance is very impactful when it comes to the development of agriculture in Nigeria. Without Agric insurance, for example, farmers, whichever category, will not be able to access additional funds to increase their capacity. Without Agric insurance, farmers will not be able to recover their losses in case of natural disasters or man-made disasters. Without Agric insurance, farmers will not be able to have confidence in the fact that their business can be continuous into perpetuity. And that is why the impact of a very strong Agric insurance sector cannot be overemphasized in any agrarian community. And Nigeria, looking at agriculture and the level of our involvement in agriculture, cannot do without a very strong Agric insurance company that can be able to mitigate losses when it arises.
Like we all know, agriculture is a high-risk business.
Yes.
Is this not going to be sort of a loss on the side of the insurance company?
No, because of the operation of insurance is a game of numbers, one, and it's also a game of probabilities. And the probability that 1 out of 1,000 insured is going to crystallize is what is being used in, and you know that it's actuarial science that insurance used to calculate risk and probabilities of it happening. Another aspect that makes insurance companies that are into agriculture more comfortable is that they reinsure those risks. That's why we have reinsurance companies. When risks are undertaken by insurance company in the agri sector, they have reinsurance companies that will also reinsure those risks so that when there is a loss, eventual loss, they can be able to indemnify the farmers in the long run. Apart from that, most of the insurance companies that are into Agric all over the world do not carry the risk alone. They co-share the risk with other companies as well, so that when the risk crystallizes, they will be able to share from the losses and be able to indemnify the farmers or the insured on the long run. So looking at the business of Agric insurance, like any other type of insurance that is being done, the insurance companies are well suited and well prepared to take on the risk, because most of the time they co-insure and they also reinsure those risks.
Okay, so tell us, what are the major functions of insurance in agriculture?
Yes, one of the major functions of insurance in agriculture is to regulate the agricultural system, to make it a beautiful bride for incoming investors, will be funds creditors and financial institutions that might want to be into agriculture. Without an adequate risk assessment, for example, from the insurance companies, that they are willing to undertake insurance for a particular farm or a particular agricultural settlement, the financial institutions will not delve into it, because they need their expert advice to be able to go into partnership with these farmers, whether smallholders or commercial farmers. So the opinion of insurance companies as regards Agric insurance is highly sought after when it comes to Agric business. Another importance of these insurance companies is that most of the time when these risks are being assessed, they also provide probable solutions and probable things that the farmers need to take into consideration to be able to safeguard the risk. One thing I want us to know is that the Agric insurance company is not in the business of waiting for a risk to crystallize before they start talking of indemnifying the customer or the insured. They also make sure that they provide adequate solutions to prevent risk from crystallizing. So the insured, which is the farmers now, benefit a lot from the experience of the Agric insurance companies to be able to give them necessary tips to prevent either man-made or natural disasters from affecting their businesses. So when you look at the importance of agriculture based on experience, it will make it easier for even the farmers to be able to deal with them. And one thing I also want us to know is that in the area of trust, we know that insurance is all about trust. And insurance in other sectors had not been able to grow in Nigeria because of trust, which is now changing over time. That same mentality and assertion also takes place in Agric insurance, because when we are talking of the issue of trust, the issue of trust means that when I have a risk that I have insured with you and the risk crystallizes, I want to be able to make my claim and I want to be able to receive payment on my claim. Over time in Nigeria, even in other sectors of insurance, this has become a major problem, that insured will say, oh, when I got to the company, I made my claim, they now started showing me clauses and clauses of things that I should have done and I was not told earlier. So the trust in insurance, even in other sectors, was very, very low in those days. But it has improved over time now, and even the insurance company are projecting performance by showing various claims that has been paid in millions of naira and millions of dollars, to be able to make sure that others that want to take up insurance, even in other sectors, have confidence in the system. The same thing goes for Agric insurance. The National Insurance Corporation of Nigeria has ensured that they publish risk premium claims repayment over time to give confidence to farmers, so that at the time that another new insurance wants to come in, they know that definitely the risk will not be a situation whereby when it crystallizes, they will not be able to be indemnified. So the third thing they do, just like I said, is to create confidence in the system, to ensure that, yes, if I'm placing my risk in NAIC, for example, that's Nigerian Agricultural Insurance Corporation, I can be rest assured that when this risk crystallizes, I will be indemnified, or my creditors will be indemnified to the tune of the losses. So those are the very important roles that insurance, Agric insurance plays in agriculture in Nigeria.
Okay, so quickly we'll take a break, but when we return, you're going to kindly give us a breakdown for something that a smallholder farmer will understand. A typical farmer who, of course, we know that so many farmers are going to school, but we have peasant farmers that are in the villages, how they should understand what insurance is. Quickly, we'll take a break. Stay tuned. You're still on to Agric Economy on ARSN Television, Abuja, Nigeria, and I'm Khadija Oluwatoyin. Today we've been talking, so much has been said about the importance or impact of insurance on the agricultural development of Nigeria. Our guest, Mr. Gabriel Dakolo, has harped on so much on what the insurance companies will do in gaining trust of those are supposedly to be insured as farmers. And you know what, now we're going to be taking, is going to be breaking it down for us as regards what how farmers should go about you know, getting themselves, their farms insured, even themselves insured, and the rest of it. So sir, a typical farmer that's not so educated, we know that yes, we have so many farmers, fantastic farmers that are educated, even to you still have some that still need some you know, breaking down to proper explanation as regards what they need to do if they want their farms or themselves to be insured, of what importance this is to them. Because mostly farmers just feel like, if I'm insuring my farm, what's it really for? My money don't go like that. That's the mentality. So I just need you to give us a step-by-step, you know, a procedure on what to do for farmers watching right now.
Yes, for smallholder farmers, for example, that want insurance for their farms, the first step is to approach the Nigerian Agricultural Insurance Corporation, NAIC, and to have a discussion and an engagement with them. In the process of the discussion, the farmer will be able to explain various things as regards his farm. One, what goes on in the farm. Two, the kind of agricultural produce that comes out of the farm. Three, the location of the farm. Four, we'll also explain the experiences that they have had on the farm. Experiences could include whether there are clashes before with others, for example, or whether there are security challenges that they have experienced in the past, or whether there are cultural issues that also affect their farm in the past. All this information will make the appointed officer that is going to assess the farm to be able to prepare what we call a risk assessment report for the insurance company to be able to assess whether the risk will be undertaken by them or not. These informations are very important, and they are the ones that will be used to be able to onboard the farmer into the company to be able to be insured. Another aspect of it is that the size of the farm is very, very important, because when you are insuring a farmer, for example, as regards the farm, it is also important to know the capacity of what comes out of the farm at every point in time. And that is the capacity of what comes out that will determine the risk assessment premium that will be placed on that farm. But the first thing that the farmers must know is that the farmer does him or herself a whole lot of good by ensuring that he or she has Agric insurance on his farm, because on the long run, that is the last point of resort for any farmer in case of natural disasters or man-made disasters at the end of the day.
So what if a farmer envisages, okay, for last season for yam, I was able to advise them, say, a total number of 5,000 tubers of yam.
Yes.
And then this season is coming on now. I want to insure my farm. And finally, the produce that came from the farm wasn't even up to 2,000.
Okay.
What happens?
There is a various aspects of information that the farmers give, and there are also various situations that insurance covers. Insurance can also cover underproduction due to natural causes. For example, if the production was very low than envisaged due to less rainfall or other natural disasters that made the production to be lower, there is an insurance that will be in place to ensure that it does not allow the farmer to engage in losses. So the insurance bridges the losses that is envisaged due to low production or low anticipated production due to natural causes or man-made causes. So that is also put in place in the plan, as it will have been looked at, to have a robust insurance for the farmer, to ensure that, because the bottom line of insurance in agriculture is to indemnify the farmer of any known risk, being natural or man-made. And that is where the premium is applied, because every assessment will have been done. Information that will aid the insurance company to give an adequate risk assessment will have been done, and these eventualities will have been put in perspective, so that a situation whereby the average farmland that is insured produces 5,000 tubers of yam, and in an eventuality that it was 2,000 that was recovered from the farm, the insurance can now bridge the difference.
Okay, we know that in other aspects of insurance, they tell you that once this thing is man-made,
yeah,
your chances of getting anything from the insurer is
low.
Yes, very, very low. Now, looking at the risk agriculture carries, that you cannot foresee what would happen even after planting the most improved seedlings and the rest of it. What should the farmer do at that time?
If the risk that eventually crystallizes is man-made risk, for example, is already incorporated in the insurance that has been undertaken. One thing that we also need to know is that the insurance companies are very familiar with every segment of Nigeria and every community, and they know situations that could arise in most of those communities, agrarian communities. There could be communal clashes that could lead to losses by farmers for instance. One thing that is very, very important and the farmer needs to do is to document incidences of what has happened, to be able, because the farmer will be the first person to be at the farm when a situation has arisen. We should document incidences of what has happened, ensure that they are properly documented and sent on time, within a time frame, to the insurance company, for them to come and do their assessment as well, do their investigation, to be able to come up with the causative factors of whether it's a communal clash or other things that has happened, and now be able to project the claims that the farmer is expected to receive. You know, one thing about insurance is that the law of insurance says that you cannot profit from a loss. For example, if a farmer now decides to say, oh, looking at my farm, let me set fire on the farm. At least what I have here is 5,000 yam tubers, and it will cost 5 million naira. And he now says, when he has set fire on the farm, he now says, what I have there is 10 million and the insurance will pay me 10 million. It doesn't work that way. Insurance will do critical assessment, ensure that it is your loss to the exact zero that you are being indemnified for. Because we know that people sometimes want to reap from where they did not sow. And the law of insurance says indemnify the insured to the level where it was before the insurance came to being. And that is what insurance does. So you cannot play hanky-panky with that.
So this means that there should be enough transparency on the part of the farmer when going in for insurance, and show that you put in details of happenings around the area where you have your farm, maybe for some 3 years before, 5 years down the lane. Tell them for exact how much you're expecting from the inputs that will be coming out from the farm. Just be clean. Come with a clean sheet, and then everything will work out fine. In the contrary to what we hear on the street, insurance pays the farmer more if they do it the proper way. Thank you for coming on the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, on this note, we wrap it up on Agri-Economy for today. Don't forget to like our page on our social media handles, and of course, drop your comments, your suggestion, as they are all welcome. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin telling you bye for now.